welcome to Folklore Unlocked. I'm Austin, and like always, I'm joined by Ethan.
Yep, hello again, everyone.
And this week, we are covering the Hopkinsville Goblin event. And it's also known as the Kelly Hopkinsville case or the Kelly Greenman case. And it's an alleged close encounter with extraterrestrial beings in 1955 between the communities of Kelly and Hopkinsville, Kentucky. Though for some reason, Kelly, Kentucky usually gets no attention from this sighting because everybody tends to call it just the Hopkinsville Goblins. So poor Kelly, Kentucky. And the people involved in this were, or at least at the time of the report, were Glennie Langford, her children, Lonnie, Charlton, and Mary Langford, and two sons from a previous marriage, Elmer Lucky son and John Charles JC son, along with Lucky's and JC's wives Vera and Eileen, and Eileen's brother Opie Baker and Billy, and also Billy Ray and June Taylor were there, which I don't think they were part of Glennie's family. I think they were just kind of there visiting.
Now, this picture here, is that supposed to be the right height for them? About like close to 3 foot, maybe? 2, 3 feet?
The main pictures, the description, and then the little line off to the side is it's size compared to a human. So yeah, I guess about 3 foot.
Okay.
And the incident were, like I said, involved 5 adults and seven children. Entered the Hopkinsville police station on the evening of August 21st, 1955, claiming that small alien-like creatures from a spaceship were attacking their farmhouse and that they were shooting for, and I quote, for nearly 4 hours at these, quote, alien-like creatures. Elmer and Billy Ray's son, which don't know why in what one part's Billy Ray Taylor and then Billy Ray's son, said they had been shooting at a few short dark figures that repeatedly popped up at the doorway and windows, which in this picture you can see a artist rendition of them shooting at these alien-like creatures that are the supposed Hopkinsville Goblins.
Now, you see, something that gets me about this is the first time you see extraterrestrials and you start shooting at them. So, thank you guys. Thank you guys for shooting at the aliens.
Well, we're dealing with people that are named Billy Ray and Elmer
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Hold
in
on, okay?
in Kentucky.
Shoot first.
Ask questions later.
Okay. And then the police investigation. So, four Hopkinsville police officers, and then five Kentucky state officers, then also three deputy sheriffs, and four military police officers from Fort Campbell all came to check out the farmhouse due to a concern about a gunfight between neighbors. Which, if you believe it, it could be aliens, but And then aside from the gunfire damage, there were no evidence. Like apparently they didn't shoot any of the extraterrestrials or the Hopkinsville Goblins. They didn't shoot any of them or anything like that. All there was like I guess bullet holes and stuff.
So for you people keeping track of people involved now, it just went from 12 to 28.
Little overkill, but all right.
You've got the 12, the 5 adults and 7 kids that were initially there at the incident, and the now 16 police officers that are now investigating this incident. So this is kind of turning into a crapshoot. No pun intended.
Well, I will say this, okay? There were a lot of guns involved and a lot of shooting, so I understand why there's quite a few police officers. But still, I feel like it would have been a little bit of overkill. And then there are some theories behind this, like always. So, some of the theories, kind of like we said, like little green men, aliens. So I think it might be aliens. Could also be gremlins, which we have a video on gremlins on this channel we did a while back.
Check it out.
Exactly. Then alcohol, which I think is probably the highest up there in theories for me. And then the great horned owl, which I can kind of see that because of the ears. Because the ears kind of look like what it did from like what the description was for the Hopkinsville Goblins. But my biggest problem with this is if they were shooting for nearly 4 hours, why would the owls stay around there? The owl would probably be
Yeah.
gone after the first couple shots.
I'm not saying it's aliens, but it was probably alcohol combined with an owl.
Exactly. There was probably like one or two owls that they just saw there, said, "Oh, look like aliens," shot at them. They flew off, and they just kept shooting for the next 3.5, 4 hours.
Exactly.
And then pop culture. Uh, Night Skies, an unprotected sci-fi horror film by Steven Spielberg, which I guess I hadn't heard of till now, was inspired by the Hopkinsville Goblins. Then the movie Critters, the 1986 comedy horror film. Sableye from Pokemon, which was introduced in the Ruby and Sapphire games, is based on a description of goblins, including the waiting motion, and it's similar to a goblin's gait, like their walk. There's also an episode of Project Blue Book, which was dedicated to the event. And then the Kelly community celebrates Little Green Men Day in honor of the event, I guess, every year.
Yeah. Finally, on the Kelly community doesn't really get much attention for this incident, but they're the ones that celebrates it.
They're trying to get more people to come over there. It's like, hey, we were part of it too. Come on.
Exactly.
Don't forget about us.
It's like it's the Kelly Hopkinsville Goblins. But like I alluded to earlier, it's a I think it's nothing more than an alcohol slash drug induced sighting and or misidentified animal. I mean, more than likely, the adults were drinking, saw an owl or a similar looking animal. They were too drunk to recognize it. They start blasting.
I kind of like Austin there. Think it's drug or alcohol related. And because any animal or creature that would have been there that they might have saw, like the owl or whatever, would have definitely ran away after the first few shots, or possibly the first shot of the gun. So it might have been owl that had initially started the sighting, and them being on like drugs or alcohol could have made them think it was still there after 4 hours. Plus, whenever I hear little green men or like aliens it already makes me think that whatever story you're talking about is probably going to be fake. And I think that's just because we've heard, especially like watching like Looney Tunes and crap like that, like the Marvin the Martian and everything like that. I instantly think, oh, haha, you're funny. I don't believe that kind of stuff.
Yeah, animals really don't like boom sounds.
They don't like any loud sounds. Any loud sound, like a honking a horn or anything like that, gunshots. I mean, whatever.
And birds especially don't like anything coming near them.
Exactly.
So that's why I think it's alcohol combined with misidentification, and on the kids' part, that they were freaking out because the adults were freaking out. So
I mean, if your parents were sitting there saying that like little green men were around the house and they just started shooting, I mean, wouldn't you freak out? I'd definitely be like, "Oh no, they're coming to get us!" Oh,
exactly. But I think that's all we've got for this week with the Hopkinsville Goblins. Next week we'll be covering the sirens from Greek mythology, going back to ancient Greek with that, because since we covered giants. Any last words?
no, just thanks for watching, everyone.
Well, we'll see you next week, traveling back in time to ancient Greek. Like, comment, subscribe if you're watching on YouTube. Thanks for listening if you're on Spotify. And we'll see you next time.
Yeah, bye, everyone.